later on. Newark Rowing Club first down the course, just coming into shot at the moment. And all the crews being kicked off at the from about 1,900 meters out. So in a time trial, impossible for the crews to back down onto the 2,000 meter start, onto the pontoon. So the first timing point is about 100 meters in, and you can see Newark here in their black and red strip. And I can tell you that looking at the split times, it's Headington School, one of the favourites, obviously, a very strong rowing tradition from Headington School from Oxford, have had the fastest splits, but they have yet to reach the halfway point. So we're going to be covering each, on video, we're going to be covering each crew as they come down to into the finishing stretch. Newark followed by Sir William Borlase. Sorry, it was when I was describing the crews then, it was actually Sir William Borlase in shot. Newark have already crossed the line. They've set the marker for this event in 7 minutes 54 seconds. Sir William Borlase just crossing the line now. You might be able to hear the klaxon that sounds as each crew crosses the finish, just in the background there. And already Newark have been had their time eclipsed by Sir William Borlase, who came home in 7 minutes 47 seconds. And that's the great thing about the rolling times. As they notch up on the scoreboard, we'll be able to see which crews are holding on to that qualifying places for the A final. Now, of course, although we've said that the fastest 6 go through, there is some flexibility in that. The race committee will take a look, and they may let at least one other crew through to the A final, because the course here at Eton Dorney can accommodate 8 lanes abreast. And I can remember in yesterday's racing, there was one crew that was let into the A final simply because their time in the time trial was less than 1/10 of a second slower than the 6 leaders. So quite reasonably, they were allowed in. Bedford Girls' School, they're crossing the line. In shot at the moment, red and yellow blades, Tideway Scholars School. Club established, they first built their own boathouse relatively recently. I say relatively recently, some 35 years ago, adjacent to Chiswick Road Bridge in London. Prior to that, they didn't have their own base. Bedford Girls' Schools have crossed the line. Relatively slow time, 8 minutes 14 seconds. Headington School, yeah, somewhat predictably, they are the fastest so far, 7 minutes 30. That's the marker to beat. And I'm looking down the intermediate times. All 10 crews have now either finished or are on the course. And it's the last to start, Henley Rowing Club, that really seem to be setting the marker. Henley Rowing Club, stroked by Yasmin Lakatos, backed up by Ayla Wild, Grace Pavey, and Amelia Stereo, appear to be sculling an absolute stormer, and their times are just inside those that have been set by Headington School, who are the fastest crew so far who have finished. Nottingham and Union just approaching the line in the black and red strip. Jessica Brown, Ava Tucker, Maya Gardam, and Ella Utley there. And the last 2 crews just coming into sight. So that's Kingston Rowing Club with the Scarlet Blades. And followed by Henley with the dark blue blades. There's Kingston with the red and white stripes down the side of their all-in-ones. And Henley really, look, coming right up on their stern there, crossing the line. Wow. Yes, 7 minutes 27 for Henley. Oh, that was an absolute cracker there. one of the most powerful junior girls squads in the country from Henley Rowing Club. So no surprise there, really, to see them top the leaderboard. So unofficially, the 6 qualifiers for the A final in the Junior 16 girls second quads are Henley Rowing Club, Headington School, Marlow, Kingston, Tideway Scullers, and Nottingham and Union. And that leaves Weybridge, Sir William Borlase, Newark, and Bedford Girls' School in the minor placings. And they will race the B final, because everybody comes away from this regatta with a ranking order, and the B finals will determine places 7 to 10 overall. Now, you will have all realized that various adjustments have had to be made to the racing program here at National Schools because of the pandemic. You know there are no spectators. That's why you're relying on us to feed you the information, both in sound and vision, throughout the regatta. And another important consideration is the way in which the potential for congestion on the boat pontoons as the crews get on and off the water, that has to be taken account of. And that is why there is actually quite a considerable gap in between each race here for the time trials. So we now have a 9-minute break until the next event gets underway. And that will be the J16 second quads for boys. 6 crews taking part. That kicks off at 9:20.